Welcome to Midlife Unlimited, the podcast for women who want more. I'm your host, Kate Porter, the Midlife Metamorphosis Coach, and I am delighted, and I mean that most sincerely, because this woman's amazing, to be joined by my episode 85, oh my goodness, guest, the wonder that is Hela Wozniak-Kay, the connectress, to give a taste of our full-length audio episode, available now wherever you get your podcasts. How to embrace your teenage renaissance. Oh, sounds a bit intriguing, doesn't it? Hela, it's fabulous to have you here to share your take on our diamond era. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. I'm utterly delighted to be here, and yes, let's see where the music takes us.
Absolutely, because I talk a lot, because it's a fact now, this longevity, it's not a trend. We're living longer. I've seen stuff all over the place, headlines, 60 is the new 40 or the new 50. Now, you and I are both firm believers that age is just a number, but I'm 57 in June. You're into your sixth decade and loving it. It is time to celebrate that our bodies and our minds, almost as importantly, if not more so, have got us to our diamond era, isn't it?
Well, it truly is, and I think I refer to my 60s because I'm 63 now, 64 in
Woo!
September. Woohoo! Um, as my teenage renaissance. I mean, it is a diamond decade because we've reached, as you said, we've reached this era. However, I'm feeling younger. I'm feeling more adventurous in a different sort of way to when I was in my teenage years, because I
Mm.
was a bit of a backpacker, liked an adventure. In fact, weirdly enough, my hubby has written a song called Backpacking, which was kind of inspired.
Oh,
I need to send it to you,
I think, well, there might be, we haven't announced it yet, but there might be something rather exciting happening with your hubby and Midlife Unlimited. So watch this space, viewers. Watch
watch
this
this
space. Lips
space.
sealed for now.
Indeed.
Top secret, but you've heard a little rumor doomer here. I love that idea. I love that idea because you've both been on a bit of an adventure recently, haven't you?
Well, we have. I mean, um, I did think it's not that I stopped being adventurous, but it was different sort of adventure. But I used to be definitely someone who would, jump and the net will appear, as Julia Cameron said, in the artist way. If you haven't read it, it's kind of opened your mind to various things. And via it was a phone call one Sunday in October time, and I was speaking to someone who lives in Scotland, and she said, would you move to Perth? Because there is a little opportunity here. And I'm like, well, why not? Because it was time. I've been in Greenwich for 20 years, in Hove for 10 years, love them both. But it was time for a new adventure. And I have to say, it's a different country with a different vibe. And yesterday, for example, I live next to a wood now as opposed to the sea, which was great. And I went for a walk in the woods, and there was this carpet of wild garlic, you
Oh
know.
my goodness.
And last week it was a carpet of bluebells. So this is a different sort of adventure for me, but I'm getting to know a lot of really amazing Scottish female founders, business women. I love it, the fact that you walk along, everybody says hello, good morning,
That because
community.
I do that, but half the time people think I'm a nutter. It's like, because I'm like,
But it's
oh,
just lovely, yeah.
oh, no, because obviously you're known as the connectress, and we will talk in a little while about Sister Snog for those that don't know. But the connectress begins with the letter C. I know certain other words do, but we're not talking about
But we're
those.
not going there.
But the insights that came up in our full length audio episode, we kept saying it's another C, it's another C because curiosity, creativity,
Yeah,
connection, community, cheerleading.
commitment.
It was
Yeah.
an explosion of, oh my goodness, these are the wonderful things that teenage renaissance is all about, really, isn't it?
It is. I'm going to write something about that because I've actually got together a whole set of C's, and conversation,
Yes.
commitment.
Well, look at us here. Yeah,
Us here, I mean, we've known each other maybe 2 years, and
probably
we've
about that.
met
Yeah,
twice. But
maybe a bit more. Yeah,
it's like whenever we get together and have a parlay, it's when you're on the beam with someone who's also traveling, who understands you, who's got that youthfulness. Age is just, I could be 40, I could be 20. I don't
absolutely.
accept that 60. You know, 60, it is just, it's what's going on up there, and it's how you're approaching things. And what I love is people are now embracing different decades in different ways.
Mm.
And this is the one where I kind of feel, I will finish my book. I've been writing forever and a day. I will even get a bike. I'm going to learn Scottish dancing.
I'm
And
so excited about that. We're not sure about the swords yet, though, are we?
no, we're not sure about the swords. They may or may not come to play. And I'm just discovering a whole, it's like having a treasure chest
Mm.
where Mother Nature's my new best friend, but then there's so much culture, tradition, interesting things going on in Scotland. I'm going to enter the World Porridge Championship in
I can
October.
just see what one of my favorite storybooks as a child was the magic porridge pot when it kept
Oh,
overflowing and run. I had the little Disney, not Disney, penguin paperback with it running. I can see it now. So
never
every
heard
time you
of it.
say that, I'm like, oh, will it be the magic porridge?
Well, it
I,
will
I,
be, yes.
I digress. I digress. But what you were saying just now, it's so true because we hear a lot about midlife being a time of reassessment, reimagining, rethinking, pausing, restarting. And it is, we have this time now that perhaps we're reclaiming. I'll add another into the
Yeah,
mix, the porridge mix, because yes, things are shifting and our roles are shifting. We talk in our full length episode about, our relationships with those of us who've got kids. The kids are
yeah,
now, they're still our kids, but they're adult kids. Those of us who are lucky enough to still have parents, they're still our parents, but often our role has very much shifted from our role as daughter has completely changed to how it used to be. And it is reclaiming this time and thinking, right, we're lucky enough to have it. What are
yeah.
we blinking going to do with it rather than just waste it?
No, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I do find, excuse me, each day has a certain preciousness about it that
Mm.
when you're really in your teenage years, if you waste a week or a month or, even a year, it doesn't seem to matter. But now, um, every day is a gift. And I always want to do something that's a little bit different. Like, for example, I made jam for the first time ever.
What
Rhubarb and
kind of
strawberry
jam?
jam. Sorry?
What kind of jam?
Rhubarb, strawberry, and ginger, because where I live,
Oh,
there's a garden that's got fresh rhubarb in it. And yesterday I made rhubarb fool, and the more you pick it, the more it grows. So I'm discovering things. It sounds a little bit WI or SWI, Scottish Women's Institute, which I have joined, by the way, which
I
is
keep meaning to find what.
brilliant.
Every time I look into the ones, if anyone's watching that is near me, Beaconsfield or Penn or even High Wycombe, Hazelmere, every time I look into one, they're fully membered up.
Well, it here it is incredibly popular. And what's really lovely is, in a funny sort of way, I'm kind of one of the youngest, the
Yes,
youngest there.
I would be so up for that. I
It's
mean,
great. It really is great.
is
And
it scones or scones? I say scones. I don't know.
I
We
say
never know.
scones. There we
See,
go. Potato, potato.
yeah. But I just fancy that. Give me some bunting and a. Oh, well, we do talk about glue guns though a lot in our
We do,
episode.
yes.
And I think perhaps this is a good time. Go and check out the full length episode. Just find out what on earth we're doing with the word. Not, I have got one. I do own one, but I'm not as handy with it as you are. But we talk about sister snog as well because that epitomizes everything that Connectress and you is all about, and really sums up some of the clean C's that we've been talking about: cheerleading, collaboration,
Yep.
conversations, connections. So obviously all your contact details are in the show notes for our episode, and you have your rather glorious I've got an itchy nose, excuse me, guest profile on the website where if anyone's looking at the photo and thinking that is amazing, the photograph, if you remember viewers, back last year. Can't remember
Bless you.
exactly when. The lovely Joanna Wood was on and unveiling. It was right at the very beginning, her new project, Unmasking, wasn't it? And Hela was one of the wonderful women that stepped forward to be part of it. And that gorgeous photograph on her profile is one of the amazing results. Sorry, I just had to add that in. Hello, Joanna.
Well, no, absolutely. And you know, everybody's it was a great project. And um the mask did actually, I did actually make it with my glue gun, you know,
Uh,
because it was like decorate the mask however you want. So my theme was Venetian butterfly, because butterfly is one of the, you know, if you think about symbology, the butterfly symbol, transformation, butterfly wings,
Metamorphosis. Yeah.
metamorphosis, all that, it's all linked, it's all linked together. And it was an amazing project. And the whole idea about unmasking, which in a way, as you get older, I think you're more open to unmasking and sharing. You don't
I
have to
say it's one of the
overshare.
things that Midlife Unlimited is all about. In my main intro, I say it's about ripping off the mask and
Yes,
telling it like it
exactly.
is because we've spent so long, haven't we? People pleasing, worrying about what others are saying or not saying. Oh, no
Yeah,
more.
and you know, how many likes have you got? If you're not got, are you in, you know, are you flavor of the month? Are you not? I think just pursue the thing that makes you happy, or the things that make you happy, or wherever your passion is. If you've lost it, find it again,
Yeah.
because everyone has got something. It doesn't have to be the main thing that they do, but then again, you know, a lot of women in their 50s start businesses again, or
Oh,
start a new business,
yeah.
or start a second business. Or you know, if you're into meringues and sugar, you know, the meringue girls, they made an absolute killing by being the meringue girls,
Mm,
and that was just egg white and sugar, you know,
yeah.
whatever it. So I'm into that. I'm not saying I'm going to start a jam making business, but
Watch
I
this
am going
space,
to
though. Never say never.
definitely tell my story and encourage people to tell their story as you get older. You know, we've got wisdom. I recently did a post on LinkedIn called The Blue Zone Blueprint. And it's about the 5 blue zones in the
Mm,
world where everyone lives, you know, to be 80, 90, 100, because they're part, one of the things is they're part of a community,
yeah.
you know,
That's
and
so
that's just so important. So find those that are on your beam, you know, find your tribe. It can be, whether it's, you know, it could be someone who loves knitting or crocheting, but in business, you
mm,
definitely, everyone should be part of a tribe of some description.
no,
There you
absolutely.
go.
I say all your details are in the show notes
They
and
are.
on the website. But verbally, for anyone watching who thinks I need some Hella in my life, I need to find out more about Sister Snog. How can they connect with you? How can they read your Substack? Talk us through it.
Well, yes, Substack is my personal digital diary of my Scottish shenanigans, and it's called Hella's Spurtle, and you can just put in hellaspurtle.substack.com. That's how you'll find it. And hence I've become a bit of well, not an expert, very fascinated about porridge, because that's what a spurtle is used for, stirring porridge. LinkedIn, I'm on there, Hela Wozniak-Kay, you can find me. I Instagram, totally Hela, Sister Snog, or go to sistersnog.com, because then you can fill out, there's a contact form and it said, let's start a conversation. And every Tuesday is Telephone Tuesday at Snog Towers. So I do love a call, and I quite often make calls a little bit out of the blue. But even if, you know, I always check if it's a good time. And if it's not,
Well,
I
that
make another time.
Yeah, no, we talk about that, don't we, in our
We
episode? And I
do.
think that's so lovely because it is all about conversation. It all about, and it's always a joy having a chit chat with you. And viewers, if you want to come and have a chit chat with me, all my details are in the show notes and on the Midlife Unlimited podcast website, where you can find out more about more, yes, my group
What?
program.
Oh my
And
God.
I got excited about, I just love that word. More, and working with me one to one. So head over, let's have a conversation. So thank you, Hela, for joining me for our video podcast. Thank you for joining me for our audio podcast. Don't forget, viewers, there's a new audio episode every Thursday available wherever you get your podcasts. And my guest then joins me for this glorious YouTube extravaganza. So here's to being fabulous and flourishing together and living midlife unlimited. Thanks, Hela. Bye.
Thank you. Au revoir. Thank you very
Bye.
much.